Okay, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Miss Jaika, Miss JC, Miss Christine, Dave Andrew, for joining tonight, and the rest of the guys here. Hopefully, nandito si Sir Gerson, but if not, that's fine. We still have access dun sa kaniyang ad account. So basically, we can dive in right away. Hopefully, hindi pa niya ako inalisan ng uh, anong tawag dito, ng access. So let me just double check if I can be able to access the ad account still. So hang on one sec. One second, one second. Okay. You guys can hear me loud and clear. Medyo mahina yung net ko ngayon eh. I'm not sure why. Hindi naman choppy, but pagka ano, let me know guys kung nagcha-choppy ako or ano, ano to, ride along no. Hopefully, nandito pa siya. O hindi pa naman ako tinatanggalan ng access. Ayun, nandun siya. Anyhow, so loud and clear. Okay, good, good. Let's see kung meron pumasok na messages last night or kaninang umaga. Kasi last night nilaunch natin to, di ba? So we're supposed to get uh, messages right now. Alam ko na kung ba't medyo mabagal yung net ko kasi I'm downloading an app in ano pala sa simultaneously I'm trying to download an app sa PC ko. It's a game pala. Ah, I don't know who's sino mga millennials dito yung mga naabutan yung Counter-Strike. So, yeah, that's the reason why kaya pala mabagal. Ayan. Lead form. Wala nga. Hindi. Walang pumasok na messages kasi kalo-launch lang nito. Kumbaga na-approve lang recently. Later na, kumbaga this afternoon na siguro to or this tonight. Let me just share my screen. So what you can see here, yung reach and impressions niya is 1 pa lang. So halos kala-live lang nung ads. Although we launched it last night, however, there are times na Meta would approve your ads late, no? Especially kung bagong launch. So there are times na medyo hapon na siya or sometimes there are days na uh, parang within 24 hours pa bago nag-live. So wala siyang specific time frame, no? Pero normally dapat nag-live na siya kanina. So wala tayong masyadong data na ma-read dito kasi impressions 1 pa lang eh. So I'm expecting meron tayong at least one lead na pumasok. But anyhow, just to continue our lesson for today. So we're gonna talk about the Facebook ads metrics. That's the day 4 lesson natin. And then shortly, we're gonna talk about the Facebook ads calculator, how you can be able to determine your ideal cost. So for the sake of this demonstration, I'm just gonna um, isolate this campaign. So that's how to do it. So you just need to copy the whole campaign name and then you go here sa search to filter, paste mo lang siya dito and then campaign name contains yon. So kung ano yung gusto mong i-isolate na campaign, so para at least yun lang yung makikita mo. Kasi pag ginanon mo siya, so baga ang dami mong makikita mga numbers, ang dami mong makikita campaign. So if you want it to be clean and neat, if you're trying to read the data specifically for that campaign, so all you need to do is to isolate that campaign. So basically, I'm gonna arrange this reporting column based on what I want to see uh, dun sa report na gusto kong i-generate. So if you take a look at the performance, so pag click mo tong performance and click the customize columns, sobrang dami nitong anong tawag dito? Sobrang daming KPIs or sorry, metrics I mean. Sobrang daming metrics nito. And these metrics, hindi mo naman to lahat kailangan eh, no? Isipin mo kung iintindihin mo lahat ito, well, baka kailangan natin ng hindi lang 5 days challenge, no? Baka kailangan nating 1 month workshop for this. So I'm trying to simplify everything. And obviously, lahat naman ng nakikita yung metrics dito, hindi ko rin alam yung iba dito. Okay? But I want, in this lesson, I wanted to simplify everything so that you can be able to understand what metrics are you going to read whenever you're trying to decide whether to pause your campaign or to increase your budget. Okay, I'm gonna arrange this reporting column this way. So click the performance, customize columns, and then head over dito sa bandang right, no? Itong right. Makikita mo dito kasi naka-arrange na siya based doon sa standard reporting column ni Meta. So ito na yung default, no? Ito na yung default. Actually, meron pang default dito. Ito, performance and clicks. But the way I arrange this column is by doing this. So nire-remove ko yung mga hindi ko naman talaga kailangan. So performance, customize columns, tapos tatanggalin ko yung mga hindi ko naman kailangan dito. So well, yung napag-uralan natin yung quality ranking, engagement rate ranking, tsaka conversion rate ranking. So I think alam nyo naman na to. So I'm not gonna add this up in the reporting. So I'm just gonna remove this one. So para at least medyo short and concise lang yung reporting natin. Yung last significant edit, nire-remove ko na yan. Bid strategy, nire-remove ko na. Attribution setting, nire-remove ko na yan. Schedule, ends. Itong ad set name, kailangan ko din naman to. So pwede mo siyang i-move sa taas. So campaign name, ad set name, pwede mo pa tong dagdagan ng ad name. Yan. So it's up to you, no? So ang ginagawa ko diyan, magkakarugtong siya. Campaign, ad set, ad name. Tapos yung delivery, I keep it there. Actions, nire-remove ko na to kasi pareho lang din naman to nung results eh. So actions, ayan. Budget, I'm gonna move it. Tama tong place na to. Budget, amount spent. Tapos yung reach mauna bago yung impressions. By the way, who among you here have website? Let me know in the chat. Meron ba kayong website? Meron ba ditong may website? Si Miss Christine Joanne. Okay, tsaka si Miss Kath. Okay, so uunahin ko muna yung website, no, kasi itong website madaming metrics kang kailangan maintindihan dito. Unlike doon sa messaging campaign, well, I would assume majority of you here would be optimizing for messages. So I'm gonna go ahead with the website first because the messaging campaign KPI or the metrics that you will be reading for messaging campaign is very simple. Tatlo lang yon: cost per message, number of messages, and quality of messages. And that's it. For the website or landing page, you need a lot of a lot of metrics to read. Okay, and to arrange everything accordingly. So this is how you do it. So may reach na tayo, may impressions, and then the next one will be link clicks. So hanapin mo yung link clicks, ayan. So sunod-sunod na siya. And then you're gonna click CTR. Ayan, CTR, marami kasing CTR ha. Merong link click-through rate, merong unique, merong outbound, merong unique outbound, unique CTR all, and CTR all. So the CTR that you're going to select would be the link click-through rate, no? So yan po yung isi-select. So after the link click-through rate, that would be, I think I missed something, landing page views. So where was it? Here. So landing page views before the link click-through rate. So I'm gonna put it here, katabi ng link clicks. Yan. So link clicks, landing page views, click-through rate. And then, anong susunod dito is, hindi, move ko na lang pala. Yan. So link click-through rate, landing page views, and then ang susunod is adds to cart, no? Adds to cart. And ang susunod is initiate checkout or checkout initiated. The next one would be add payment info. So just type the word payment. Type the word payment. Payment naman. Okay, total yan. So click mo lang yan. And then the next one would be the purchase. Okay, for the purchase, you need to select the total and the value. No, yung dalawa na yan, yung total and value. And the last one would be ROAS or yung return on ad spend. Purchase return on ad spend. Ito yung nasa baba. Yan. So let me just check if I missed something. 1 second. So campaign ad set, amount spent. Ito pala is nandun muna sa taas. Budget, amount spent, results. So magkasunod-sunod na siya. So yan, results, cost per result, reach and impressions. Frequency. Frequency pa pala. Nakalimutan ko. So frequency. And then I'm gonna move it up katabi nung impressions. Yan. Reach and impressions, frequency, CTR. Ano pa? I think all good. Wag niyong i-check to guys, no? Kasi dadami yung column niyo masyado. Kapag chinek niyo tong mga to, yung mga boxes na yan, dadami masyado yung column niyo. Pare-pareho lang naman yan. So tanggalin mo naman na yan. Yan. Para at least hindi siya masyadong mahaba. Kasi itong mga to, I mean, you don't need pang-advance na to. Pero itong tinuturo ko sa inyo, ano na to, kumbaga magme-make sense na sa inyo to. Okay, so I think I have everything here in place. And then you can put parang siyang bookmark. So you can save as column preset. So pag kinilik mo tong save column preset, so you can name it like let's say Clarence preset. Yan. So pwede ko siyang pangalanan para pwede ko siyang i-save. So yan, nakaset na siya based dun sa ginawa kong reporting column. Sunod-sunod na siya. Ngayon, kung gusto kong gamitin yung standard na default ni Meta, so I can have performance in clicks, performance, etc. etc. Pero kung gusto ko makita yung preset na ginawa ko, so I can just look at the preset. Kung minsan nawawala to dito mo siya makikita, view your column preset. So lalabas yun dito. Okay, so yan. Click natin yung preset na ginawa ko. And then sunod-sunod na siya. Ayan na siya. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head over to the Facebook Ads Library. Facebook Ads Library. Okay? And then this is the place or this is the link that you can anong tawag, stalk your competitors, no? Just change the category. I-click nyo lang tong drop down and all ads, no? And let's assume that my competitor is Nike, no? So depending on the region or the country that you're going to check which ads are running, so i-drop down mo lang siya. Pero since nasa Pilipinas tayo, I don't know if meron ditong sa ibang bansa. The last batch, one of them is in Israel. He's a Filipino but he's living in Israel. He joined the program or the training. And yun, so kaya nag-change kami ng ano. Anyhow, so Philippines, tapos select mo yung all ads and then type Nike, no? So, I mean, I would assume this is my competitor, no? So, let's say ito Nike. So kung ano yung pangalan ng page ng competitor nyo, you can type it here and then you will see the active ads that they're running, no? So you can see sponsored yan. So basically, I'm gonna find an ad that brings me to the website or a landing page. So this one, www.nike.com, this one brings me to Facebook lead form. So I'm gonna select the first one because it will lead me to the website. So let's assume, guys, na you saw this ad in front of your newsfeed, and then you click learn more, no? So the moment you saw an ad sa newsfeed po ninyo, the reporting column will fire. So magkakaroon po kayo ng reach. Ayan po siya, nagkaroon siya ng reach. So meron tayong isa na nakikita dito. Medyo late na siguro nag-live nga itong campaign natin. That's the reason why we're still seeing one. Or perhaps there's a problem with this sa payment method ni Sir Gerson. Anyhow, so the moment na makita mo yung ad sa newsfeed mo, the reach column will have a number. kung ilang beses or kung ilan yung taong na-reach nung ads po ninyo will reflect po dun sa reporting column na reach reporting column. And at the same time, it will be counted as impressions, no? Anong pagkakaiba ng reach at ng impressions? Parang they sound similar. Well, these are the same people that have seen your ads, but the impressions, it's basically they've seen your ads more than once. So I'm gonna head over to my campaign just to give you a context of what I'm saying. So for example here, this is my campaign. And then I'm gonna head over to reach and impressions, no? Para magkaroon kayo ng idea. Kasi ito may data yung akin eh. Yung kay wala masyado pa. So reach, pagtatabihin ko yung reach saka yung impressions ha, para makita ninyo. Ayan. So anong pagkakaiba ng reach saka ng impressions? Ayan. So basically, according to Meta, between December 1 to December 4 or December 1 to December 4 or tinatawag ko itong month to date. According to Meta, this ad was able to reach 126 people or audiences. And out of 126, meron din tayong impressions na 141. So, ano pagkakaiba ng dalawa na yun? Basically, it's the same people that have seen your ads, but part of those people, ng 126, have seen your ads more than once. That's the reason why the ad frequency would become 1.12. So, ibig sabihin, technically speaking, if you do the math, 141 minus 126, basically about 15 people have seen your ads more than once. That's the reason why my ad frequency is about 1.12. Now, if you see something like the ad frequency of 2x, ayan, something like this, 2.03, that means the 1,161 reach, these people have seen all of these people have seen my ads twice. That's the reason why the ad frequency is 2.03. So makikita mo dito yung impressions na yan is 2,355, but it's the same people that have seen my ads more than once. Now, ito yung sinasabi ko po sa inyo na unang-unang china-charge sa inyo ni Meta, yung impressions. Ito, yung column na to. Ay, actually, nakalimutan ko, CPM pala. Okay, sa preset na to. So, itatabi ko yung CPM. CPM. Yan, CPM, I'm gonna move it here to impressions. Ito, katabi ng impressions. So basically, ganito siya. Itong impressions na to, ito yung unang babayaran mo kay Meta. And according to Meta, the cost per 1,000 impressions dito kay Sir Gerson na campaign is about 30 pesos per 1,000 impressions. Although, nag-vary yan kasi the more na nagkakaroon ng reach and impressions to, the more na tumataas din to or nagpa-fluctuate yan. In my case, magkano yung impressions CPM na binabayaran ko? So if I'm gonna head over and arrange I'm gonna look for CPM. Ito, yung CPM ko, itatabi ko dun sa ito. So technically, sabi ni Meta, I'm paying cost per 1,000 impressions, 166.39 for this specific ad. Okay, this ad, Meta is charging me 166.49 and this ad is charging me 140.75 and so on. So this ad is about 258. So magkakaiba po siya ng CPM price. Okay, yung pricing po ng CPM is magkakaiba. That means ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na unang metric na binabayaran mo kay Meta, ito yung column na yon. Okay. So naiintindihan na natin na per 1,000 impressions, doon ka china-charge ni Meta. Okay, regardless of these people, if nag-click sila or hindi, nanood ng video mo, nag-message ba or hindi, bayad mo yon regardless kung hindi sila nag-message. Kaya nga 'di ba, it would make sense or kaya nga 'di ba, you would want them to send you a message to inquire with what you're trying to offer. Is it a service? Is it a product? The ultimate goal for your campaign, if you're optimizing for messaging campaign, is for them to be able to send you a message para magkaroon ka ng inquiries that will hit the signal kay Meta that your ads are relevant and engaging because people are sending you a message and inquiring about your or with what you're trying to offer. Okay, that gives a signal to Meta kapag messaging campaign ka. Now, kapag may website ka naman or landing page, ano naman yung metric mo na makikita doon? Meaning, kapag we're gonna follow this customer journey, so alam na natin na meron tayong reach, meron tayong impressions at sina-charge tayo ni Meta kung magkano yung per 1,000 impressions and the number of times our ads have shown to our target audience. Now, the thing is, we have another column called link clicks. Now, balik tayo dun kay Nike. So nakita natin na dumaan sa newsfeed natin to, assuming na dumaan sa newsfeed natin to, it can be counted as reach and also impressions. No? And then the moment I click the learn more button, it will be counted as what? Link clicks. Ito na po siya. Okay, ito ng column na to, link clicks, lalabas na po dyan. Ngayon, ibig sabihin, dahil meron ka ng number of link clicks out of balik ako dun sa ano ko out of let's say ito 12,000 impressions sa campaign ko. Out of 12,000 impressions, ilan ba yung link clicks ko? Sorry, hindi ko na-arrange tong akin. Asan na ba yung link clicks ko? Ayun, medyo malayo. Yan, i-arrange ko pa siya. So, i-move ko to dito. So, ayan. So, basically, kapag binasa mo na siya, ganito na siya. So, out of 12,000 impressions, imagine niyo imagine niyo. Ulitin ko, imagine niyo. 12,000 yung nakakita ng ads mo, pero only 104 of them decided to click my link. So kung nandito ka nung day 2, di ba, imagine mo meron kang 10 million na audience size or 10 million na estimated audience size. Hindi lahat yung bibili sa'yo. So this proves that out of 12,000 people, not all of them are interested. So only a few people will click the link that will send Meta a signal that this 104 people are interested with what I'm trying to offer. And maybe one of you click this link. That's the reason why you're seeing link clicks, because you dumaan sa newsfeed niyo and then a number of people click that link. So ayun na nga, nag-click ako sa link na to, lumapag ako dito sa website na to. Ang tawag naman dito is landing page view. Okay, ito na po siya, landing page views. Kasi nag-click ako, after ko mag-click, nag-land ako dun sa landing page, ito na siya, landing page views. The moment I scroll and then let's say, okay, nagustuhan ko itong panglalaki na to, ito, and trail, yung pang trail, di ba? Kunyari, may gusto kong mag-trail. So ngayon, let's say itong ano na to, 9,395 Pegasus, kinilik ko siya. Okay? Product view na yan. Tapos, nag-select ako, let's say, 11 ng size ko. Ayan, 11. Add to bag. So, pag kinilik ko na tong add to bag, magre-reflect na po yun dito sa adds to cart. Pareho lang po yun. Add to bag tsaka adds to cart, pareho lang po sila. So, magpa-fire naman tong adds to cart na to. And the moment I click my bag or my cart, para kang online shopping, para kang naka-Lazada in Shopee. No? So, the moment I click the cart, so let's say guest checkout mo na. Yun. Pag kinilik ko yung guest checkout, magpa-fire naman yung checkouts initiated. Okay? Itong column na to, magpa-fire yun, checkout initiated. So, ito na po siya. Then, syempre, sold na ako. Okay, magusto ko tong product na to. I'm gonna put my information here. My billing info, I'm gonna select the payment method. It's either Grab, PayPal, credit card, and whatnot. And then I'm gonna place an order. The moment I click the place order, this column will before pala mag-purchase, yung ads of payment info, ito yon, yung part na to. Kapag kinumpleto ko na to, magpa-fire na to, ads of payment info. Okay? Magpa-fire na siya. And the moment I click place order, ito naman yung magpa-fire, yung purchases. Ito siya. Yung column na yan, purchases. And after that, ang mangyayari po noon, siyempre pag may purchases ka, mabibilang doon kung ilan yung purchase. Tapos purchase conversion value, kung magkano yung check out niya, halimbawa ito, 9,935, ibig sabihin itong amount na to, magre-reflect po yan dito sa purchase conversion value. And the last one with the ROAS o yung tinatawag na return on ad spend. Ibig pong sabihin, how much yung check out ng product sa website mo. So that's 9,395. And then how much is your total ad spend? So let's assume that I was able to spend for about, let's say, 1,000 pesos for this campaign. Assuming 1,000 pesos yung spend ko, and then ang bumalik sa akin is 9,395. So the amount or the purchase value, 9,395, I will divide it doon sa total ad spend ko. So 9,395, and assuming I have spent 1,000 pesos, so divide it by 1,000 pesos, my return on ad spend is about 9x or 9 times 9 times na bumalik sa akin yung ad spend ko na 1,000 pesos. That's how you compute the return on ad spend, yung tinatawag na ROAS. Now, most of you or majority of you here, wala namang website. Okay? And most likely, karamihan po sa inyo, hindi naman e-com. And for, let's say, kay Miss Christine, she is into, anong tawag dito, life insurance, if I'm not mistaken. Tama na, Miss Christine. So, all you need is leads. Di ba? Hindi mo naman kailangan ng purchase sa website. So, hindi po siya makakount or hindi, wag niyong bibilangin yung ad payment info, purchase value, etc. Hindi po yun applicable po sa inyo. Itong mga, nasaan na ba yan? Hindi po applicable sa inyo tong adds to cart, checkout initiated, ad payment info, purchases and purchase conversion value, and purchase ROAS. Iko-compute po natin yan manually. Okay, hindi po yan lalabas po dito. Ang kakailanganin mo lang na data, Ma'am Christine, or for those of you who are optimizing leads, meaning you are just generating information of your customer information of your prospects. For example, you would want them to provide their full name, their contact info, and email address, and whatnot. So the only thing that you will be monitoring is the link clicks and the click-through rate. Ibig pong sabihin, link clicks, click-through rate, landing page views, siyempre para makita mo kung meron bang naglaland doon sa landing page mo, and the results that you will need to anong tawag dito anong tawag dito generate would be the leads, hindi siya purchase. Now, pag pumunta ka dito sa performance in clicks or yung preset mo, customize columns, instead na purchase ang i-click mo, that would be leads. Ito, if you have a website, no? So leads, and kung may value yung leads, just put value on it, pero most of the time wala namang value. So leads ang isa-select mo, hindi siya purchase. Okay? So the only time na gagamitin mo yung purchase ng reporting column if you have a website. If you are in e-commerce business. So I would assume majority of you here are optimizing for leads. So magpo-fall po siya doon sa kaparehas lang din kayo ng metrics na babantayan nung messaging campaign or yung nag-optimize ng messaging campaign. Dave Andrew, yung mga data po na nakukuha ni FB without connecting the pixel po sa website po, you have to connect the pixel if you have a website, Sir Dave Andrew, because it doesn't make sense if you have a website and you are not tracking the traffic dun sa website mo. You have to be able to install the pixel so that and it's not as easy out it may sound. You need to install the pixel, you need to set up the conversion event so that everything that fires on your website will be tracked as a conversion or as an action. Now, when I say action, it could be add to cart, it could be ang tawag dito, it could be initiate checkout, it could be landing page views. So depende doon sa ino-optimize mo na metrics. Okay, so it should be the pixel should be connected or installed properly, and then the conversion event should be anong tawag dito, set up properly. Okay, now Any questions sa website before we move on dun sa messaging campaign? Aside from Sir Dave. I hope I was able to answer your question, Sir Dave, no? Yung mga data po na ni FB without connecting the pixel po ba sa website. Hindi po kasi makukuha ni Meta yung activities sa website mo kapag hindi mo in-install yung pixel. That's a bit advanced lesson, but if you don't have a website right now, so it's not so much of your concern. So basically, coach, if you have a website, ay dapat connected pa rin yung pixel po. Yes. Kailangan mo i-connect yung pixel so that your pixel, ang trabaho ng pixel kasi is basically sending back the data to Meta. Ganito kasi yan eh. Meta is Meta. Basically, it's an app owned by Mark Zuckerberg. Your website is a different entity owned by Shopify, WordPress, Squarespace, Weebly, Go High Level, and whatnot, Wix. So these are different companies. So basically, when you send traffic to your website, Meta doesn't have the understanding what are the users doing inside your website. Okay, so wala siyang idea if the pixel is not properly installed. So the only time that Meta is getting that data, by sending back that data to Meta, is by placing the pixel to your website so that that data will be sent back to Meta, so that Meta will determine, okay, Miss Christine went to this website, and right now I understand her behavior. She is likely to be interested in financial market, etc., and investment, etc. So the moment na na-determine ng Meta na okay, Miss Christine is somehow interested into this, ito yung kanyang behavior, then I'm gonna show more ads to Miss Christine similar to the same the similar advertiser running the same products or services. And that's the reason why nung nag-enroll kayo sa akin, lalabas din yung competitors ko sa inyo, and vice versa, yung nag-enroll kayo sa competitors ko, and then vice versa, lalabas yung ads ko sa inyo. That's because na-determine ng Meta na, okay, these people are somehow interested in this type of services or products, then definitely I'm gonna show the same ad to these people because they share the same data. That's it. So that's what I'm saying, na kapag hindi nag-stand out yung ads ninyo sa newsfeed ng target audience ninyo, you will be past scroll nung inyong mga target audience, inyong mga prospects, and your competitors will win the auction. And right now, you will be asking yourself, bakit hindi nag-work yung ads ko? It's because you're being outbid by your competitors. That's it. Does that make sense? Nagigets na ba? Okay? Any questions pa aside from Sir Dave in terms of website? Before we move on sa messaging campaign. Anyone? Wala na? So I think I'm gonna move on to messaging campaign. Very straightforward lang ang messaging campaign. Tatlo lang ang metrics na babantayan mo in terms of messaging campaign. So I'm gonna share back my screen, and I'm gonna go to Notepad. Okay? So tatlo lang yung babantayan mong metrics, no? Number of messages. And the same goes to dun sa my website na optimizing for lead generation. So these are just the metrics na pareho lang kayo. Tapos cost per message. Ito is number of messages or lead, no? So number of messages or number of leads, tapos quality of messages, and cost per message or cost per leads or cost per lead or leads. Kung madami, leads. Kung isa lang, di lead. Okay. Now, parang nag-English ano pa tayo dito. Inom lang ako tubig. Okay. So basically, itong tatlo lang. Regardless kung messaging campaign ka man or website lead generation campaign. So ang babantayin mo lang is tatlo. Number one, number of leads. or number of messages. Number 2, quality of messages or quality of leads. And then number 3 would be cost per lead or cost per message. Now, paano mo malalaman yung number of messages or number of leads? So dito sa results, ito siya. Ito yan, yung results. Ito, results. Lead form, ayan. In my case, I'm optimizing for purchases. So what you're gonna see here is number of purchase. So in this reporting column, I'm seeing 4 purchases for this ad, 6 purchases for this ad, and 1 purchase for this ad. So that's the reporting column that I'm gonna be looking at. Now, in your case, if you're optimizing for leads or lead form, depending on what conversion event you're optimizing. So in Sir Gerson case, we're optimizing for leads using the Facebook lead form. So I'm gonna look at the reporting column sa results. Itong results na to. Now, ito siya, number of messages or number of leads. Ito yon, yung results na column. Now, you have to determine also how much is the cost per lead or the cost per result. In my case, according to Meta, I'm gonna arrange it again. 1 second. So, cost per result, no? Saan yung cost per result ko? Itatabi ko dun sa results. Ayan. So, according to Meta, the cost per result or the cost per purchase for this ad, it says 49.42. And according to Meta, this ad is about 244.84. So the same goes with your lead generation or messaging campaign. So makikita nyo yan dito, number of leads or number of messages and the cost per message that you're getting in this reporting column. Now, so alam na natin yung number of messages or number of leads. Sometimes what ang ginagawa ko dito is pupunta ako sa customized columns and then messaging conversation started. No, messaging conversation started. Ito yung tiniklik ko dyan. Asa na yan? Ito, messaging conversation started. Sometimes, yan yung inaano ko dyan. Ang tawag dito. Itinatabi ko sa results. Ayan. Kasi makikita ko dito, ayan, messaging conversation started. Kasi dito sa ano ko guys, dito sa, by the way guys, okay, malilito, yung nasa kaliwa kay Sir Gerson, itong nasa kanan yung akin. Tanggalin ko na nga ito si Nike para hindi kayo malito. So, yung akin kasi, kahit na website purchase yung ino-optimize ko dito, meron pa rin messaging, may mga messages na pumapasok pa rin dyan. So, pag kinostomize ko column ko yan, okay, itatype ko dito messaging, messaging conversation started, meron pa rin mga messages na papasok dyan. So, itatabi ko siya sa results. Ayan, so results. Ayun no. So, nakita nyo, may purchase tong ad na to, pero may pumasok na isang message. Itong ad naman na to, kahit na website purchase yan, may 8 pumasok na message. Nade-detect ni Meta yon kung ilang message yung pumapasok, even if I'm optimizing for website purchase. So, ganun po siya, di ba? So, alam na natin to guys at least meron na kayong idea of that metric. So, basically, medical clinic po kami. Kung messaging po ang campaign, may way po ba na matrack ang purchase na hindi manual? Kung kailangan po mag-walk-in ang pasyente. That's a good ano. Ito yung tanong mo yata Miss Elaine last time, no? So I'm gonna head over into this question after this, no? Miss Elaine. So just give me a couple of minutes pa and then I'll hit that. I'll answer that question. So, quality of messages, number 2, syempre titingnan mo kung yung mga messages na ba pumapasok are quality, no? Ikaw lang makakasagot nun. Is it a yes? Is it a no? Out of 350 messages na pumasok, 50 of them are okay naman, 300 basura. So, you figure it out yourself kung kumusta ba yung messages na pumasok. Is it people who are not interested, just randomly sending you a message? So that's the second thing that you need to understand in terms of your campaigns. The third metric that you need to be able to understand is the cost per message or the cost per lead. So ayun na nga, makikita mo na siya dito, cost per result or cost per purchase, no? In my case, I'm looking at cost per purchase because I need to know how much Meta is charging me for every purchase that taking place sa website ko. So in this case, 4 purchases, the average cost per purchase is 49.42. 6 purchases, the average cost per purchase is 244.84. In your case, titingnan mo dito, the average cost per message is about how much. Now, before we dive into the Facebook Ads Calculator, and before ko sagutin yung tanong ni Miss Elaine, is there any questions you want to clarify dun sa metrics before we move forward dito? Kasi we've tackled the website and then we discussed the messaging campaign. Is there any questions before I move forward? Okay, if there's none, I'm gonna head over doon sa page ni anong tawag dito ni Sir Gerson. I'm not sure if he's here. Ito na si Sir Gerson. Yeah. So, I'm gonna head over sa Facebook page ni Sir Gerson. And may question kasi dito si Miss Elaine. Sabi niya kasi is, kung medical clinic po kami, kung messaging po ang campaign, may way po ba na matrack ang purchase na hindi manual kung kailangan po mag-walk-in ng pasyente? This is how we track for my clients na similar dun sa ano tawag dito sa business na medical clinic. So this is how you do it. So assuming this is the page, Miss Elaine, so you go to Meta Business Suite. Okay, you go to Meta Business Suite and then you're gonna need to go here sa inbox. Okay, assuming lang na messaging campaign yun na optimize nyo. So, and I would assume talagang messaging campaign yan. So, say for example, si Mishina Chu, ayan. Ibig sabihin, let's assume that si Mishina nag-avail lang services sa clinic po ninyo, Miss Elaine. So, ang mangyayari po noon is, ang gagawin nyo is kung halimbawa nag-down payment na siya, o nag-reserve na siya, or naging customer ninyo na siya, ang normally ang ginagawa namin is or ina-advise ko sa client or ko is you must have the anong tawag dito stop sharing ko muna para usap muna tayo. Ang ginagawa ko kasi the same dun sa dental clinic na hinahawakan ko ngayon. Meron silang logbook. Okay, yung logbook na yon, meron siyang simple interview lang. Halimbawa, first time pumunta nung customer or nung prospect, kasi hindi pa naman customer, sabi nag-i-inquire pa lang naman, so prospect pa lang naman yun. So pumunta yung tao, yung prospect, and then sasabihin, gusto ko magpabunot ng ngipin. Ina-advise ko yung client ko na sasabihin ko sa kanila na tanungin nyo agad, saan nyo ba kami nakita? Is it may nag-refer po ba sa inyo or nakita nyo kami sa social media? And most of the time, sinasabi, nakita namin kayo sa social media. Okay, nakita niyo po yung Facebook ads po namin. So, ibig sabihin, that's the only time na maitatag mo sila as the ones that saw your ad. So technically, i-attribute mo siya. Ang word is attribute or attribution. I-attribute mo sila doon sa Facebook ad campaigns mo. So, itatag mo doon sa logbook mo as social media or SM, whatever reporting you have in the in the business o sa medical clinic na meron kayo. Itatag mo yon. Now, the moment na yung taong yon is nagbayad na siya, nag-avail na ng service, and let's assume is ito nga si Mishina Chu ang nag-avail ng services, ang gagawin mo, pupunta ka dun sa Facebook page ninyo, and then, ma'am, kayo po ba to si Mishina? Tama po, no? Ayan, okay. So, yes, tama po, ayan. So, ang gagawin po ninyo, pupunta kayo dito sa peso sign, create order po ninyo yan. Okay, create order, and then you're gonna put here kung ano yung services na in-avail sa inyo. Halimbawa, dental services, bunot ngipin, yan, etc. Kung ano man yan. So, and then what's the amount? Let's say 5,000 pesos. So, ayan. Add description. Let's say, yun nga, bunot, ano pa, toothbrush. Tinoothbrush mo naman yung sorry natawa lang ako. Tinoothbrush mo naman, wala ka pang toothbrush, ma'am. So, bunot tsaka toothbrush. Anyhow, so, kung meron kang files na anong tawag dito? Meron kang halimbawa meron kang, diagnosis, meron kang reseta, or meron kang OR na in-issue. So, puwede mong ipa-upload yun dito, "Oh, ma'am, ito po yung OR niyo, ha. So, ayan, sending the OR." And then you create order. That's the reason why you need to do this, because you're sharing the data kay Meta, because you need to be able to click this box here, the data sharing. So anong babasahin natin sabay-sabay, sabi niya, share business activities for Sheena to improve ads. Kapag naka-untick yung box na yan, ibig sabihin nun, hindi mo sinishare yung data kay Meta. Ibig sabihin, ganito lang yan, Miss Elaine. Let's assume si Miss Sheena dumating sa clinic po ninyo. And then, ang ginawa po ninyo, although tinanong nyo naman, "Hi po, Miss Sheena, may nag-refer po ba sa inyo? May nakita niyo po ba yung ads po namin? Saan niyo po kami nahanap?" Well, nakita ko yung ads po ninyo. Ngayon, dahil hindi mo shinare yung data, hindi ka nag-create order, nagpa-service si Miss Sheena. Ibig sabihin, nagpabunot siya, nagpa-toothbrush si Miss Sheena sa inyo, nagpaabil ng services, and then nagbayad si Miss Sheena, yung customer na yon. However, hindi niyo 'to ginawa. Okay? Naiintindihan ba ni Meta yon? Yun ang nag-transpire na transaction. Yung nangyaring transaction ba during that time, naiintindihan ba ni Meta yon? O kayong dalawa lang yung nagkakaintindihan? 'Di ba? So that's the reason why I want you guys to do this, create order, okay? And then follow the process, and then make sure to naka-tick tong box na 'to, and then punta kayo dito sa lead stage kung ito ay qualified, converted, lost, not qualified. Kung converted na naging customer ninyo, edi lagay niyo converted. Kung qualified at hindi pa naman customer, qualified. Kapag lost, ibig sabihin nag-inquire sa inyo, sa iba bumili. Not qualified, ibig pong sabihin, napindot lang, hindi sila normal na tao, wala lang, nagtitrip lang, so not qualified. No, so and then you can be able to click this new customer, today's date, and then you can put a note here that says, let's say, I don't know, uh, for follow up, oral prophylaxis, etc. by next month. Yan. So parang nagiging nagiging notes nyo na to yung Meta Business Suite. Pwede ka mag-schedule ng reminder dito. Remind me on March or January 1, 2026. Ayan. So bagong taon. So set date and time, anong oras, and then you will be reminded. And that's it. So basically, that's how you do it. And then sometimes I put here yung ad label. So sasabihin ko December customer. Ayan. So December 2025 customer. Yan. And then kapag nilabel mo na yung ganyan, makikita mo yan dito sa itong label. So sorry. Saan na ba yun? Manage. Saan na ba yung label dito? Nawala yung label dito. Ito pala siya. So labels, yun. So wala ka pang labels dito, Sir Gerson. So ganun din ang gagawin mo, Sir Gerson. So halimbawa, ito si Miss She, si Harvey, si Harvey. Si Harvey naman is nag-avail ng ano nyo, ng services ninyo, rent a car. So ganun din gagawin mo. Create order, nag-down payment ba, nag-full payment ba? So lagay mo dito, halimbawa, High Ace Grandia. High Ace. High Ace Commuter. Yan. Magkano yung magkano ba yung 12,000 ba? Ganyan. So yun. So create order, and then data sharing, intake, customers converted, and yun, same process. Nagets? Okay na, Miss Elaine, nasundan? Saan ka na ba? Kailangan po pala masipag mag-tag yung nagme-manage ng messages. Thank you po, super helpful. Yes, kailangan po masipag. And well, you can have, I'm not sure if there's an app that would automate the process. No? But normally kasi, syempre, brick and mortar business. Sorry guys, medyo masakit ulo ko kaya Medyo nasa Tito days na ako kaya nag-efficacent oil ako. Try nyo, masarap to. Hindi, not a sponsored post, not a sponsored ano, pero ayan, kaya nag-ano ako. Nasa Tito days na tayo eh, kaya medyo pagpasensyahan nyo na, kaya medyo nag-a-addict lang ako dito. Anyhow, so, anong tawag dito? I'm not sure if there are apps na would automate the process, but the thing is, most of the transactions happen face to face. So, well, kung nag-transpire yung transactions online prior nung pag-visit nila sa store ninyo or doon sa clinic ninyo na nabayaran na, then you can automate the process. However, kung nag-walk-in yan, syempre, on the spot yung transaction. So that's how you do it. Pero even if online, kahit na online yun, dapat natag nyo siya. Okay, para at least you share the data kay Meta and then Meta would be able to understand, okay, these people are availing the dental services or the medical clinic, they're visiting, they're availing the services. So you have to inform Meta, and that's the way informing Meta that a transaction happened. And this is the amount they paid and they become a customer. So I'm sharing you the data so that you can find similar customers and the algorithm become more smarter in finding the right audience for your campaigns. Yay! All right, so Jaika, what can you suggest, Coach? My client is selling second-hand products and their way of getting purchases is through live selling. Ngayon po, Coach, I introduce him to Facebook ads. Ang goal sana is para madaming manood sa live daily. What kind of campaign ang recommended niyo, sir? Is it engagement or leads po? Optimize for engagement and then use existing post. Miss Jaika, this is how you do it. Let them go live right. They will go live now. And then ang gagawin niyo is create kayo ng campaign, engagement campaign, continue, manual engagement campaign, continue, and then head over sa ad set level. Kung buong Pilipinas yun, di syempre buong Pilipinas mo anong tawag dito, i-run. So, punta ka lang dito, asan na ba yun? Ito, buong Pilipinas, kung may live selling, tapos punta ka dito sa ad level, and then head over dito sa create ad, click mo to, and then use existing post. Okay? Now, kapag nagla-live ka na, or nag-live na yung client mo, punta ka dito sa select post, and then lalabas yun dito, yung live selling niya, yung live selling niya, lalabas siya dito. Makikita mo yun dito. Provided na wala kang violation or walang violation yung page mo kay Meta, doon ka makakapag-live. Pero pag may violation yung page mo or hindi pa eligible yung page mo to go live, then hindi mo makikita yun or hindi mo siya mararan as Facebook Live used as an ad. Okay? Hopefully I was able to answer your question, Miss Jaika. Any questions before we move forward sa Facebook Ads Calculator? Are you learning so far, guys? Is it valuable content or is it valuable live training session? Are you guys learning? Okay? Awesome. So, can we move to the next topic? Grabe naman si Coach. Talagang sinakto niya ng 1 hour, 23 na. Galing niya naman ng ano niya, ng pacing. Any questions? Any more anong tawag dito? Violent reactions? Wala na. So we move forward to Facebook Ads Calculator. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen and there you go. Let me know, guys, if you can see it. Type yes in the chat. Type yes in the chat if you guys can see it. Okay, I'm gonna share you guys the Facebook Ads Calculator. I'm gonna copy the link and then I'm gonna send it over here. Okay, so sa chat, andyan na sa chat. So hopefully you guys can click the link or save it somewhere. You can just copy, hold, and then save it in whatever. No, save nyo lang kahit saan nyo i-save para may babalikan kayo. So what I'm gonna do, by the way, guys, again, hindi nyo to maano. Same thing with the Facebook Ads Copy Genius Blueprint, hindi nyo siya ma-edit. Okay, ang gawin nyo, punta kayo sa file, click nyo yung make a copy, and then you will get a copy sa Google Drive po ninyo. Okay, magkakaroon kayo ng copy sa Google Drive. Or you can download it via PDF, or you can download it via CSV. So it's up to you. Okay, I would suggest just make a copy, and then you'll have a copy of that sa inyong Google Drive. Okay? So, basically, what I'm gonna do is, I think Miss Vivian is here. Let's do your business. So, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna unmute you. No, feel free to speak. So, basically, Paseo yung sa'yo, no? Paseo. So, ganito po siya, no? Okay. So, ayan. So, it's a bazaar or tama ba? Bazaar or a place wherein people can go or people can do business. They can put a booth or they can showcase their products there sa place ni Miss Vivian. So, technically, ganito lang siya, Miss Vivian. So let's hypothetically you spend for about 15,000 pesos for the month of November, no? So you spend 15,000 pesos, then we all know that we are being charged by Meta based on 1,000 impressions. Now, regardless if people send you a message or not, for as long as your ads are being shown to your target audience, regardless if may ginawa sila or regardless if they did something or not, you're being charged for as long as your ads are being shown. Okay, guys, I'm speaking in English because we had a conversation last night and she said she's not following because it's in Tagalog. so bear with me on this, guys. No, I'll make it to the point that everyone is understanding this. So we know for a fact that Meta is charging us based on 1,000 impressions. And let's hypothetically say that our campaigns is being charged for about 150 pesos per 1,000 impressions. Technically, if the total ad spend for the month of November is about 15,000 pesos, it would give us for about 100,000 impressions. Okay? So the formula is here in this column, B1 divided by B4 times C4. Okay, so that's the formula. So if you spend 15,000 and Meta is charging you 150 pesos per 1,000 impressions, you'll be able to generate 100,000 impressions. Now, based on the 100,000 impressions, how many of them send you a message? Okay, let's say, for example, out of 100,000 impressions, there were only 350 messages generated out of 15,000 ad spend. So if you do the math, 15,000 pesos divided by 350 messages, the average cost per message is about 42.86 pesos. So this is how you see it here. Diba? So out of 350 messages, ideally, you should have at least 1 to 2% conversion rate. Meaning, if you do the math, 350 times, let's say 1% conversion rate. Okay? That's about 3 customers or 4 customers in total or 4 clients in total or merchants, whatever, KPI that you're or whatever metrics or KPI you're trying to follow. So, ito siya. So, 4 clients or 4 merchants na ma-generate dapat or should have 4 merchants. Okay? So, technically, you put it here. So let's assume it's 4 merchants. And then you should be able to know how much is the average business per merchant is giving you on a monthly basis. Is it on a monthly basis or in a weekly basis? I would suggest to look at as monthly basis. Can you give me the value of per merchant, the average merchant acquisition would be how much? 5K per month. Okay, so basically you put it here, 5,000 pesos And then we know that you should have at least 4%, 1%, 1 to 2% conversion rate. That's the average industry benchmark. Across all industries, you should have at least 1 to 2% or more. Better if you have a higher conversion rate. No, let's say 5% conversion rate, 8% conversion rate. That would be so much better than 1 to 2%. Now, just to be within the industry benchmark, you should have at least 1 to 2% out of the number of messages that you were able to capture within your campaigns. Okay, so if technically speaking, we managed to get 4 merchants with an average business that you're getting per merchant is about 5,000 pesos, then technically you were able to get 20,000 pesos in total. So if you do the math, you'll be seeing a return on ad spend of 1.33 ROAS. So it's somehow break even based on what you have spent for the month of November. Now, here's the caveat, or here's the thing. Is it a win or not? Let me know, Miss Vivian, in the chat, or you can unmute yourself. Is it a win or not? You can type it there if you're.
You actually lost me on the ROAS. How did you calculate the 1.33 again?
So basically, this is how you do it. So you spent 15,000 pesos, right? 15,000 pesos, and then, 20,000 total, because there were 4 merchants that you were able to convert.
Oh, okay. So you spent
Okay,
15,000, but you got revenue of 20.
20,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So
yeah. So
20.
that would be a win.
Okay, that would be a win. Okay, so 20,000 divided by 15,000, so that would be a win on that specific month, right? Because you were able to capture 4, and then we were able to get almost or more than break even,
Mhm.
as I
Yeah.
can see that. But here's the thing: these merchants would be paying you on a monthly basis, so it would make sense to also calculate the lifetime value per customer or per merchant. So
Mm,
technically speaking, so if these merchants
mm,
you get 4, and then on a monthly basis you're getting a recurring 5,000 pesos per merchant.
mm,
That's how you calculate the lifetime value per
mm,
customer. So basically you are not just to win, but you're able to uh, make it to the point that, okay, my campaigns are getting the ROI that I need. So what would be my KPI moving forward, right? Now my question would be, are you comfortable, or are you can you determine, or can you tell me, is 42.86 cost per message is expensive or not?
I think it is.
Why?
Um, I think it's expensive because uh, but it should be half of that, don't you think?
Okay, thank you so much for that answer. I would say 42.86 would be just the right amount to pay with Meta. Why? Because you were able to justify that you become profitable out of the 15,000 you have spent. You get an ROI on the first month, even though if it is break even, right? But on the succeeding months, you'll get an LTV
Mm,
of those merchants moving forward. It's a recurring revenue that you're going to be able to generate, and the time that you were able to capture these merchants is only by that specific month of November. And as long as they are paying you the rental in your space, meaning this is not this is actually not bad in terms of the cost per message, because you've been able to justify that this equation is already profitable for you. Now, let's put it this way. Okay, maybe
Is there a standard metric on the cost per message?
no, it should be it should be you should be the one to put a standard on it. Not there should not be a standard cost per message across all industry. It should be based on your business model. The ideal cost per message should be based on your business, not on the across all industries. It should be based on your business model, because uh, mind you, this is a real estate business. So basically, it would make sense, or it would be how do you say that? It is normal to have a cost per message this high as compared to a different business model. Now, here's the thing, no, Miss Luvian. What I'm saying is, this is yes, it could be perceived as expensive because that's 42.86. We could have paid 25 20 pesos, 15 pesos, 10 pesos, and whatnot. So what I'm saying is, we know for a fact that if this is the equation last month, right? That we're paying 42.86 on the average. Since we don't have a benchmark yet, this would be the benchmark moving forward for the month of December. Meaning, the question that you need to be asking yourself: how much are you willing to spend to acquire a lead, a purchase, or a message? We know that the data that was generated last month is about 42.86 average cost per message. Therefore, this is the benchmark that we will be using for the month of December. That doesn't mean we're gonna stick to the 42.86. Our goal is to reduce that cost to, I don't know, 35, 30, 25, 15, 10, whatever. So that's the goal, to reduce the cost moving forward. That's the reason why I put here, how much are you willing to spend to acquire a lead, a purchase, or a message? So if this is the case, you figure it out that we are profitable, at least we become break even, and then moving forward, this would be your ideal cost per message. Now, if you do the math again, the customer acquisition cost is about 3,750 pesos. Why? Because you spent 15,000 pesos and you're able to generate 4 merchants. So divide it by 4. The average customer acquisition cost is about 3,750 pesos. That's your CAC. Now, the next question that you need to be asking yourself: how much are you willing to spend to acquire a new customer? Because these are the new customers, right? These are the new merchants. If the answer is 3,750, that would be your benchmark moving forward, because you already have the data last month that you can be able to determine to say, okay, by the month of December, I should have at least 3,000 pesos customer acquisition cost. And by the month of January, I should have at least 2,500 or 2,000 pesos customer acquisition cost. By the month of January, I should be getting for at least, I don't know, 25 pesos cost per message. That's my ideal cost per message that I'm going to be paying moving forward. My ideal cost moving forward for my campaign. So does that make sense?
Yes, totally. Yes, and I get it.
Right. So
Thank you.
you're welcome, Miss Vivian. So this goes to all of your campaigns, guys, or your business here. It doesn't matter if you are into e-commerce. It doesn't matter if you're in a medical clinic. It doesn't matter if you are a life insurance agent. It doesn't matter if you're selling cars. You need to be able to understand how much are you willing to pay for every message that comes in. How much are you willing to pay for every customers acquired? In your case, Sir Gerson, if you're if you have a car rental business, how much is the average car rental? Let's say 10,000 pesos for every car rental. Now, what's your profit margin in terms of that amount? Let's say removing all your OPEX or yung operational expenses, you'll have a profit of about, let's say, 7,000 pesos. And let's say, for example, that's a clean profit of 7,000 pesos. And then let's say you're willing to pay 1,000 pesos for every customer acquired, then you'll have at least 6,000 pesos profit that you put in your pocket every transactions that you were able to generate out of your Meta Ads campaigns. Does that make sense? So regardless kung ano man yung business mo, regardless kung ano mang industry ka, you need to be able to determine how much are you willing to pay for every action. When I say for every action, what would be the KPI that you're tracking? Is it a lead? Is it a purchase? Is it add to cart? Is it a landing page view? Is it a video views? Depending on your campaign objective. It has to be the lower the cost. Guys, listen up. The lower the cost, the better. Diba? The lower the cost per acquisition, the better. The lower the cost per message, the better. Okay, Miss Jaika, matanong ko lang, Coach, so what strategy will Miss Vivian do, Coach? Will she need to increase her budget to lower the cost? No, it doesn't work that way, Miss Jaika. When you want your cost, when you want to lower your cost per message and you want to lower your cost per acquisition, you need to have a better content so that people will become interested sa ads na pinapakita ninyo, and the more people inquire or send you a message sa page, the cost will significantly reduce. I'll give you an example, Miss Jaika. Following this equation, yung kay Miss Vivian, I'm not gonna remove or I'm not gonna alter the total ad spend. Okay? As is yung total ad spend, 15,000 pesos. No, walang bawas, walang dagdag. As is, 15,000 pesos. As is, CPM 150, as is, 100,000 number of impressions. But the thing is, take a look at this, Miss Jaika. The average cost per message is about 42.86, right? Because we managed to get 350 messages out of 15,000 na budget. What if, Miss Jaika, listen up people, lahat na nandito sa Zoom, what if na-double yung messages and you were able to capture 700 messages. Take a look at the average cost per message, ha? It will significantly drop to 21.43 from 42.86. Why? Because there are many people who are interested and many people are sending you a message sa page mo because they are interested of what you're trying to offer. Then significantly, your cost per message will significantly reduce, will become lower. It doesn't work that way. If you put 25,000 pesos just because you want more people to message your page, yes, somehow it can help you boost the number of messages that's coming in, but it doesn't fix the problem. What's the problem? The cost. Diba? So let's put it this way, Miss Jaika. I'm gonna spend 25,000, but the thing is, from 350 kanina, di ba? 350. There are only, let's say, 420 messages that's been added to the original messages that come in. Still, the cost per message is expensive. Di ba? Hindi gagalaw yan eh. Hindi, kahit na anong gawin mo, i-increase mo pa to 50,000 pesos. Di ba? Increase mo ng 50,000 pesos yan, tapos hindi nagkaroon ng ng significant increase. Let's say you were able to generate, obviously there will be a help because you spend more, and then definitely there are more people who are being targeted by your ads because you spend more. Technically, you will get more messages, right? But the thing is, it won't fix the problem. It won't fix the issue. Still, you will be paying an expensive cost per message because you are not fixing your problem. regardless if you spend 100,000 pesos, if the number of messages are not within your ideal cost per message, it will still be an expensive cost per message. Gets? Right. So, Elaine, our current messaging campaign is performing at 7 pesos per message, but is slowly creeping up to 6 pesos per message 2 weeks ago. Creeping up? You mean from 6 pesos, excuse me, nag-creep up siya to 7 pesos, I think. That's what you're trying to say. I understand it's still a small difference, but why are the possible causes of this? Can I say at this stage na penalize na po siya? No, Miss Elaine. Hindi ka pa na-penalize, okay? Hindi ka, and this is the important thing, Miss Elaine, no? Regardless if the cost, kasabi kasi ni Miss Elaine, dati kasi, if I'm getting this right, dati siyang 6 pesos, naging 7, or vice versa. Naging from 7 naging 6. I think it's the other way around. From 6 naging 7. Hindi ka dapat kabahan kung naging 7 man yan, kung naging 8 pesos man yan, kung naging 10 pesos man yan, if you know your ideal cost per message that you are going to pay for every message that comes in. Let's put it this way, Miss Elaine. Let's hypothetically say the ideal cost per message that you want to pay is 15 pesos. And then by the time you launch your ads, well, you're getting 6 pesos per message. And then eventually, over time, you're getting 8 pesos, 9 pesos. Should you be worried? The answer is no, because you were able to determine that you are willing to pay 15 pesos per message. Right? You determine your ideal cost already. And how you are going to determine your ideal cost? By having a historical data, just what I did for Miss Vivian. You have to run your campaign for a month and then determine how much budget I've spent last month. How you figure it out, 15,000 ba? Out of 15,000, nakapag-generate ba ako ng customer? Or nakapag-generate lang ba ako ng lead? You know, there's no customer but I was able to generate leads that I could be working on moving forward. Let's say, for example, Miss Christine, you're selling life insurance products. You spent 15,000 pesos last month, by the month of November, and then no one converted. Well, because nobody knows you yet. You haven't built the trust. Remember, you're selling insurance. You need to build trust, right? So technically, you spent 15,000, you were able to generate 350 messages for the month of November. No one bought an insurance from you. Is it a failure? Is it a loss already? No, because you were able to capture these people, the contact info of these people that you can call and send a message. Sir Clarence, we saw you provided your information sa page ko. And then you're interested dito sa plan namin, insurance plan namin. So may I know? Yeah. So you build a rapport on the phone, and then do not, wag mong iano yung sarili mo na okay, Facebook ads doesn't work. It doesn't work because hindi ka nag-follow up. Hindi mo tinawagan, hindi ka nag-build ng rapport, hindi ka nag-build ng trust outside Facebook. Nagigets ba? And no, most people will think, oh, I spent 15,000 pesos and I haven't had any single sale. No, you were able to capture leads already that you can work on moving forward. That's already a win. That's how you think when you run ads. You think the future, not just the moment you spend ads, because you guys are treating advertising as an expense. You're not treating Meta ads as an investment. That's the reason why you're scared to spend ads, to spend money, because you're treating that as an expense, where in fact it is not. Diba? That's the reason why we're collecting the information the mobile number, the email, we're trying to make a follow-up sa Messenger, even though scene zone lang tayo, because you haven't provided value yet, and people are not taking action because they have a lot of what? Options in the market, and they're not treating you seriously because they have a lot of options. Even me, you guys have a lot of options to enroll. 'Di ba? Hindi lang naman ako, hindi lang naman yung ibang coaches. You have plenty of options. Especially online na tayo ngayon. You get the point, guys. Kaya nga ngayon, guys, to tell you honestly, I haven't made any profit from this training. I kid you not, the amount I've spent here sa ads ko is just break even, or perhaps nagpaluwal pa ako. Hindi man ako kumita dito eh. Diba? Wala akong profit na nag-gain dito actually, guys. I'm just providing value. Saan ako kumikita? When people ask my services to run their ads in behalf of them. That's how I get more profit. But this training, I'm literally doing break even. Or worst comes to worst, I shelled out a portion of this training. And still, this training, guys, tingnan nyo, 5 days tayo magkakasama and 1 hour per session. That's how I provide value, because that's how I want my services to be ano tawag dito, be seen in the online world, so that people will enroll and then get to know me more, and perhaps if they are interested about availing my services, then that's how I get the profit on the back end. Does that make sense? Para siyang ang tawag dun is foot in a door offer, or some people call it tripwire offer. You give them a piece of cake, and then if they like it, you give them the whole cake. Parang ganun. Okay? So that's the strategy that you need to be doing right now. And most of you guys are just selling. You're not even providing value. Instead of okay, because Miss Christine, tumatak sa isip ko kasi I used to become a life insurance agent as well. So tumatak sa isip ko, bakit ako hindi nakakabenta dati? Yung pala, benta kasi ako ng benta. Nagets nyo, guys? Kaya hindi ako makabenta kasi benta kasi ako ng benta. Hindi ako nagbibigay ng value. Diba? So, how can you provide value? Create a content that would give them some information. It could be educational content, or you can mix educational and entertainment, and then that's it. That's how you provide value. When you provide educational content, that's what I'm doing. I'm providing educational content, so that if anyone is interested availing my services, that's how I get to know by these people, by my prospects. Remember, guys, best known beats the best. Even if you have a very good product or services, if you are hindi ka kilala, diba? You're not getting customers because hindi ka kilala. Whether you like it or not, you need to show yourself in the online world, even if you are an introvert. Oh, hindi ako vlogger type eh. Okay. You accept the fact that you will not be getting clients because mahihain ka. Kung mahihain ka, find someone who will do it for you. That's the solution. Diba? When I started, mahihain din naman ako. And then over time, since I've been doing this for 4 years already, I started January 1, 2021. And I was like, okay, this is New Year, bagong taon. What's my next thing? Okay, I'm gonna start creating content even if I suck. I suck for about 6 months. And then, okay, I know what are the things that I need to improve. And then I improve my how I speak. Maybe nag-evolve na lang siya over time. Pero nung nagsimulan ko 'to, hindi naman ako into magsalita, hindi ako ganito dire-diretso. And then na-train na lang siya ng na-train for 4 years. Magpo 4 years na ako by January 1, 2026. Am I the best person? Am I the best media buyer in the Philippines? Probably not. Diba? Am I the best teacher about meta ads? Probably not. But I'm one of the known. And that's fine. That's okay for me because at least kilala ako. Eh kayo, 'di ba? Hindi na nga kayo kilala, nagbebenta pa kayo, hindi pa kayo nagbibigay ng value. So, paano 'yun? Does that make sense? Ngayon, kung naghahanap ka pa rin ng targeting sa Ads Manager, hindi po targeting ang problema. Yung content niyo ang problema. Nagets? Any questions? If none, okay. If none, guys, I would want to take this opportunity to thank you so much for joining the training. And if you guys can just give me a review sa page ko, I would appreciate that. That's ano lang. Kasi alam naman natin, wala naman talagang kinita dito. So it's basically kung titingnan mo siya, parang waste of time ko eh. Pero nag-spend pa ako ng ads. Pero still, I'm still showing up myself sa online because I want to be known. Kahit na hindi ako yung pinakamagaling. So if you can visit my page and just leave a review, go here sa reviews, and then that's it. I'll be happy with that, guys. Para madagdagan naman yung reviews ko, actually napabayaan ko to eh kasi I have a Google form. Doon ko siya pinapasok kasi most people are not anong tawag dito, comfortable giving a review. So that's the reason why I give them a Google form to become anonymous, no? To just give a context or give a short review about what they learned dito sa program. And that would be so much appreciated, and that's it. Thank you so much for joining. If wala na kayong questions, I'll give you 5 seconds to ask. If none, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maraming salamat, guys, for joining tonight, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And if you need something, just send us a message sa page, and I'll see you around. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.